Here's a little Con-serv fan I got at the tag sale a couple of days ago. This has been drawing a lot of interest from the viewers, and I can see why, because it's kind of a neat fan, and since it's of interest to me as well, I'm going to go ahead and take this thing apart tonight, and tonight's little project will be trying to restore this little thing. I mean, I say restore, but really we're just giving it a good cleaning. So I'm going to start with taking this apart. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the screws out of here, and that's not something I would normally do, but I'm on a time limit, so just doing that. Now the table's an absolute mess anyways, I gotta clean it up. Well, now I'm going to take the blade off. It's got a little clip on here. Let's see, what should I use to get that off? Use this and see if this works. The answer would be a major no. Let's try something else. There we go, this should work. Yeah. Okay. And let's see if the blade's going to come off or not. Okay, let's see what this is in here. Tech Air Incorporated, Willow Sprill 4LO. I don't know, I'll read that later. I'm going to take the motor out of here. Okay, now we just have the plastic components. I'm going to take these plastic components, I'm going to go wash them out with water. Gotta be careful to clean the bottom not to get that sticker wet. Okay. Alright, now we'll move on to the motor portion of this video. I initially thought this fan was kind of a home built kind of thing, and this motor would certainly confirm that theory because of the way this connects. I've actually never seen this before. This actually has leads which just go into a some sort of a clip on the side here. Never seen that on these cheaper, well, I say cheaper, often these are cheaper, but this one is obviously not that cheap of a motor. This is a Barber something or other. First I'm going to clean this up, get some of the junk off of there. See, the brush I want to use is wet, so I'm going to have to use this one that's broken. I got to get some more brushes. If it was not dark out, I would just take this outside and blow it off with the air compressor, but it's loud and it's late at night, so I'm just going to do this. This will work equally as well. Let's see here. Actually, it's only really on the back that it's dirty, so that's pretty much all I'm going to do for cleaning. As far as the motor goes, you'll see that the the spin down time, let me stick the blade in there real quick. Spin down time is very short. It doesn't spin for long at all after you spin it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apart. I'm going to clean out the bearings, and because sometimes what happens is the oil comes up in there after so many years, especially if the wrong kind was put in. So I'm going to undo this. Hopefully I can get this undone. This is pretty tight. Yep, there it goes. Why am I using this ridiculously small screwdriver? Come on. Okay. Alright. So now the bearing assembly will just come off. Rear bearing is off. And front bearing is off. Now we just have the motor and the bearings. Now, a word of caution here. You'll see there's a lot of gunk building up on the shaft here. And maybe you can't see that. Focus. Focus. Okay. So now you can see this stuff on here. If you slide the bearing off with that junk on there, you can risk damaging, not damaging, but you can mess with the bearing. So it's best to remove this stuff first. It's easier to do when it's on, and you just take a cloth and put it up against there and clean it off. But since I can't turn it on, I'm just going to clean this manually. It doesn't look like there's any rust or anything on here. If there was, yeah, there's no rust. That was just grease. If there was rust, what I would do is I would take this one of these filing sticks, and I'd turn it on, and I'd just very gently, while it's running, just slide this down there to get the rust off, so the bearing can be removed. But since there was no grease there, no junk there, I'm just going to pull it off. There's a little bit of resistance here towards the end, so I'm going to do some more cleaning. And there's still a little bit of resistance, so I'm going to clean this again. And it's still getting resistance. Okay, now there's actually some rust toward the end of the shaft. So, just because I don't have it on, or the motor assembled, I'm going to just very, very lightly just try to scrape off this surface rust here. And there it comes right off. So, now what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to clean the shaft with just a cloth like this. Excuse me. Not much to this. This is relatively easy. Just make it so that the bearings are completely dry and clean. There's no wear marks or anything on there, so that's good. Now for the bearings are a little bit more difficult to clean out because you have to actually get inside there. So what I usually do is grab some more cloth here. Here we go. No, let me get a clean sheet. Okay. I make a small thing like this, and I stick this in here. Now this is a little bit too big. And I just kind of move that around inside the bearing the best of the abilities to clean it out. And then I have another tool which I'm going to use in a minute on this, which I also think is very helpful. Okay, that's clean. I'll do the other one now. These look pretty much dry. Okay, let me get out the other tool here. Where is it? Here it is. And you can use any regular pipe cleaner for this. I happen to have this one, so this is what I'm using. And I just stick this in here and pull it through. And that helps clean out the bearing, and then I'll do the other one. Okay, now that's done. Just gonna get some of the other excess junk off of this bearing here. And the outside there's like grease or whatever on there. This has got a little bit of junk on here too. Okay, so now we have the junk getting on the phone here. Now we have the two bearings. These okay. It's a good idea to take note of which ones go on the front and the back. I mean, I can figure it out very easily, but it's just more convenient to take note of where they go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some zoom spout. When I find where it is, here it is. Okay, zoom spout. I'm going to take this zoom spout. I'm going to oil the bearings afterwards. First, I'm going to just put it back together. That should snap into place, and then this should go right on here, and this also should snap into place. Now, here grinding now. Well, not grinding, but you can hear the bearings. That's just because they're dry. That's normal. At this point, I'm going to take this back apart now that I know everything is aligned in good check here. I'm going to take the bearings off again. The reason why is because I'm going to put some oil on the shaft. So let me get my zoom spout open. I don't know how many years I've used this oil, and I just discovered like a couple weeks ago that this little thing there is what the cap is supposed to go onto. Derp-de-doo. Anyways, let's put a little bit of oil on the shaft here. Or not. What's going on here? That was a little bit too much. So put some on the shaft, and then I'm going to put a drop in the bearings. And what I want to show you on here is the wick in there, that cloth material. That's supposed to hold oil. It's bone dry. So I'm going to put some oil in and around on there and let that soak in the cloth. Why is this not in focus? Okay, so now you can see the cloth is absorbing the oil, so that'll keep it in there for a longer period of time. So now I'm going to slip this back onto the shaft here, and you'll notice that the spin down time is greatly improved. So I'm going to stick this into the motor here and put on the rear bearing. And get excess oil off of my person here. And now you see it spins relatively well. Of course it needs to be screwed in and adjusted, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Get my 2 screws in there and screw them in. Now this is a really long video. Now I'm going to put these in just firm. There's no reason to make these excessively tight. Just firm is good. Okay, now once you got the screws in there, what I like to do, and this is the easiest way to align it, take a hard handle screwdriver and just gently tap it. And that will pretty much align it perfectly to where it needs to be. So now I'm going to put the blade on here again, and you're going to see that the spin down time is much better. Well, it's better. It's not a whole ton better, but it's better. So, let's see. I'm just going to give this a quick test run here and make sure it's going in the right direction, because occasionally that does happen. The windings get put in the wrong, or not the wind, the rotor gets put in the wrong direction. Yep, that's working. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take the blade off. And I am actually going to, because I can still hear the bearings a bit, I'm going to put some more oil in here. Just a couple of drops at the front of the shaft there. And I'm also going to do the rear shaft as well. Okay, I like to move the shaft in and out a bit and spin it and make sure the oil really gets in there. And now, at this point, the spin down time should now have improved a fair bit. There we go. Now you'll see the spin down time is notably better, which is what we are going for. So, let's take that off of there. It's time to put the motor back in the housing. So here's the housing. motor. It's got some crud on there. This must have been used in a kitchen or something, because it's got some greasy stuff in there. Anyways, and there it goes. So line it up. That's not aligned. Why am I struggling so immensely with this? There we go. Something's a little bit off about this screw because it's not going in as easily as the other one is. Okay. Shaft is still spinning well. And I'm going to stick this back on here. Ouch. And put the clip back on. How I'm going to get this clip back on is beyond me. I don't have the proper tool for this. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is stick this on while it's out. Just because I don't know any other way to do this without the proper tool. Alright, I got the clip on there by means I don't really recommend, so I didn't show it. Okay. Blade is, oops. Blade is on. And let's see how these wires go. I think they must have gone. Yeah, there we go. They went off in the corner like that, and the wire feeds down through there. Okay. Front cover. And then the 3 screws. Alright. And that's it. The label got preserved through the whole thing. It's still readable. All the information is there. Okay. Let's close that up so I don't get that dust blowing everywhere. And let's give this thing a test. We're going to take the video when I get it plugged in here. Okay. And 3, 2, 1, powered. Finally, that actually moves some air now. Actually, that moves a reasonable amount of air. Where's my wind tester thing? I know the other one broke, but I got a new one. Where is it? Oh shit. where'd it go? Tell me I gotta get a third one. I have to get a third one. Oh, wow. Well, here's the remnants of the old one. We'll just pretend it's all in one piece. Get this off that holder there. Yes. That's actually moving some air. Okay, let's check the spin down time. That's pretty good. Yeah, actually that's a pretty powerful fan. Not a bad little unit. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess I could use it like a desk or something. Well, I have a feeling it was placed in a window because the rear side is far more yellowed than the front is. But I'll make another video of this fan in the near future to show its operation and everything, because it is really a neat little piece. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video of taking it apart and cleaning the shaded pole motor. I know this video is kind of long. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Over and out.